CLEP Principles of Management Operations Management. Question 1. In a workplace example where a company identifies a patented process it owns as an advantage during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, threat. Option B, strength. Option C, opportunity. Option D, weakness. The correct answer is option B, strength. Strength fits because a strength is an internal positive capability or resource. Threat is different because it is an external danger, opportunity is different because it is an external positive condition, and weakness is different because it is an internal limitation. Question 2. Before choosing an answer about employees are grouped into departments such as finance, marketing, and operations within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, divisional structure. Option B, matrix structure. Option C, virtual team. Option D, functional structure. The correct answer is option D, functional structure. Functional structure fits because a functional structure groups people by similar skills or activities. Divisional structure is different because it groups by product, customer, or geography. Matrix structure is different because it creates dual reporting lines, and virtual team is different because it works across distance through technology. Question 3. One manager notices that a manager chooses a leadership style based on the team's skill and the situation inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, one best way approach. Option B, equity theory. Option C, centralization. Option D, contingency theory. The correct answer is option D, contingency theory. Contingency theory fits because contingency theory says effective management depends on situational factors. One best way approach is different because it assumes one method works everywhere. Equity theory is different because it focuses on fairness perceptions, and centralization is different because it concerns where authority is held. Question 4. Could a case where branch managers are allowed to solve local customer problems without headquarters approval in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, decentralization. Option B, centralization. Option C, bureaucracy. Option D, forecasting. The correct answer is option A, decentralization. Decentralization fits because decentralization gives lower levels more authority to make decisions. Centralization is different because it keeps authority at the top, bureaucracy is different because it emphasizes rules and hierarchy, and forecasting is different because it estimates future conditions. Question 5. Why would a scenario where employees share unofficial information before management makes a formal announcement at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, organization chart. Option B, policy manual. Option C, budget report. Option D, grapevine. The correct answer is option D, grapevine. Grapevine fits because the grapevine is the informal communication network inside an organization. Organization chart is different because it is a formal structure diagram. Policy manual is different because it gives official guidance, and budget report is different because it gives financial control information. Question 6. Where does HR builds a pool of applicants for an open position in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, selection. Option B, orientation. Option C, performance appraisal. Option D, recruitment. The correct answer is option D, recruitment. Recruitment fits because recruitment attracts qualified candidates to apply. Selection is different because it chooses among applicants. Orientation is different because it introduces hired employees, and performance appraisal is different because it evaluates work results. Question 7. Should a student connect managers coordinate suppliers, production, logistics, and customers at a new startup for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, span of control. Option B, equity theory. Option C, supply chain management. Option D, downward communication. The correct answer is option C, supply chain management. Supply chain management fits because supply chain management connects the flow of materials, information, and products across organizations. Span of control is different because it counts direct reports. Equity theory is different because it concerns fairness, and downward communication is different because it flows from managers to employees. Question 8. Which concept is shown when employees make small ongoing changes to improve a process at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit? Option A, crisis management. Option B, job specification. Option C, autocratic leadership. Option D, continuous improvement. The correct answer is option D, continuous improvement. Continuous improvement fits because continuous improvement focuses on steady incremental gains. Crisis management is different because it responds to emergencies. Job specification is different because it lists qualifications, and autocratic leadership is different because it centralizes decisions in the leader. Question 9. A leader changes direction and support based on follower readiness inside a project team for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, autocratic leadership. Option B, situational leadership. Option C, bureaucratic management. Option D, job enrichment. The correct answer is option B, situational leadership. Situational leadership fits because situational leadership adapts leader behavior to the maturity or readiness of followers. Autocratic leadership is different because it consistently centers decisions on the leader. Bureaucratic management is different because it emphasizes formal roles, and job enrichment is different because it redesigns jobs for motivation. Question 10. During a management case, major decisions must be approved by top executives inside a training program for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, centralization. Option B, decentralization. Option C, empowerment. Option D, horizontal communication. The correct answer is option A, centralization. Centralization fits because centralization concentrates decision authority at higher levels. Decentralization is different because it pushes authority to lower levels. Empowerment is different because it gives employees more discretion, and horizontal communication is different because it flows among peers. Question 11. How should a manager classify a situation where a manager uses rewards and consequences to increase desired behavior during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit? Option A, reinforcement theory. Option B, equity theory. Option C, goal-setting theory. Option D, matrix structure. The correct answer is option A, reinforcement theory. Reinforcement theory fits because reinforcement theory explains behavior through its consequences. Equity theory is different because it focuses on fairness perceptions. Goal-setting theory is different because it emphasizes clear and challenging goals, and matrix structure is different because it creates dual reporting lines. Question 12. When a neutral third party helps disputing employees reach their own agreement within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, arbitration. Option B, collective bargaining. Option C, groupthink. Option D, mediation. The correct answer is option D, mediation. Mediation fits because mediation guides the process without imposing a binding decision. Arbitration is different because it usually gives the third-party decision power. Collective bargaining is different because it is labor management negotiation, and groupthink is different because it is pressure toward agreement. Question 13. After leaders describe what the organization wants to become in the future inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, role. Option B, vision statement. Option C, job description. Option D, concurrent control. The correct answer is option B, vision statement. Vision statement fits because a vision statement expresses an inspiring future state. Role is different because it states a specific required or prohibited behavior. Job description is different because it lists duties of a position, and concurrent control is different because it monitors work while it is happening. Question 14. If employees follow a required sequence for approving purchase orders in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, procedure. Option B, policy. Option C, mission. Option D, span of control. The correct answer is option A, procedure. Procedure fits because a procedure lists the steps for completing a recurring task. Policy is different because it is broader and less step-by-step. Mission is different because it states the organization's purpose, and span of control is different because it counts direct reports. Question 15. To analyze a case where each side gives up part of what it wants to reach a settlement at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, collaboration. Option B, avoidance. Option C, accommodation. Option D, compromise. The correct answer is option D, compromise. Compromise fits because compromise resolves conflict through mutual concessions. Collaboration is different because it seeks a fuller win-win solution. Avoidance is different because it sidesteps the issue, and accommodation is different because it yields to the other side. Question 16. For an exam item where a supervisor assigns employees to shifts and sets task timing in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, job analysis. Option B, strategic vision. Option C, mediation. Option D, work scheduling. The correct answer is option D, work scheduling. Work scheduling fits because work scheduling determines when tasks and workers are needed. Job analysis is different because it studies duties and requirements. Strategic vision is different because it describes a desired future, and mediation is different because it helps resolve disputes. Question 17. In a workplace example where a routine refund request is handled with an established policy at a new startup for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, non-program decision. Option B, program decision. Option C, strategic alliance. Option D, job enrichment. The correct answer is option B, program decision. Program decision fits because program decisions use rules or procedures for recurring problems. Non-program decision is different because it addresses new and unusual situations. Strategic alliance is different because it is cooperation between firms, and job enrichment is different because it redesigns work. Question 18. Before choosing an answer about managers use organized data reports to support planning and control at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, labor union. Option B, management information system. Option C, job enrichment. Option D, autocratic leadership. The correct answer is option B, management information system. Management information system fits because MIS provides useful information for managerial decision-making. Labor union is different because it represents workers. Job enrichment is different because it redesigns work for motivation, and autocratic leadership is different because it centralizes decisions. Question 19. One manager notices that a company gives managers broad guidance for handling customer refunds inside a project team for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, procedure. Option B, policy. Option C, rule. Option D, vision. The correct answer is option B, policy. Policy fits because a policy is a general guideline for recurring decisions. Procedure is different because it gives exact steps to follow. Rule is different because it states a specific required or prohibited action, and vision is different because it describes a desired future. Question 20. Could a case where a team member reduces tension and encourages quieter members to participate inside a training program for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, task role. Option B, maintenance role. Option C, program decision. Option D, line authority. The correct answer is option B, maintenance role. Maintenance role fits because maintenance roles support group relationships and cohesion. Task role is different because it focuses directly on completing the work. Program decision is different because it handles routine problems, and line authority is different because it commands core work activities. Question 21. Why would a scenario where a manager compares actual performance with standards and corrects a gap during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, planning. Option B, organizing. Option C, controlling. Option D, leading. The correct answer is option C, controlling. Controlling fits because controlling measures results, compares them with standards and triggers corrective action. Planning is different because it sets goals but does not measure completed results. Organizing is different because it assigns work and authority, and leading is different because it motivates people rather than evaluates variances. Question 22. Where does a team generates many ideas before judging any of them within a nonprofit organization for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, groupthink. Option B, arbitration. Option C, budgeting. Option D, brainstorming. The correct answer is option D, brainstorming. Brainstorming fits because brainstorming separates idea generation from evaluation to encourage creativity. Groupthink is different because it pressures members toward agreement. Arbitration is different because it lets a third party decide a dispute, and budgeting is different because it plans financial resources. Question 23. Should a student connect materials arrive shortly before they are needed in production inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, safety stock. Option B, job rotation. Option C, just-in-time inventory. Option D, SWOT analysis. The correct answer is option C, just-in-time inventory. Just-in-time inventory fits because JIT reduces inventory holding by coordinating deliveries closely with production needs. Safety stock is different because it keeps extra inventory as a buffer. Job rotation is different because it moves employees among jobs, and SWOT analysis is different because it studies strategic factors. Question 24. Which concept is shown when a project manager maps task sequences and dependencies for a complex project in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit? Option A, PERT chart. Option B, Gantt chart. Option C, job description. Option D, policy. The correct answer is option A, PERT chart. PERT chart fits because PERT helps plan and control projects with interdependent activities. Gantt chart is different because it focuses on task timing bars, job description is different because it lists duties, and policy is different because it gives broad guidance. Question 25. A team writes a goal that is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, vision statement. Option B, grapevine. Option C, bureaucracy. Option D, SMART goal. The correct answer is option D, SMART goal. SMART goal fits because SMART goals are clear enough to guide action and evaluate results. Vision statement is different because it describes a desired future rather than a measurable target. Grapevine is different because it is informal communication, and bureaucracy is different because it is a formal role-based structure. Question 26. During a management case, employees can trace who reports to whom from supervisor to executive in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, job enrichment. Option B, benchmarking. Option C, equity theory. Option D, chain of command. The correct answer is option D, chain of command. Chain of command fits because the chain of command shows the formal line of authority. Job enrichment is different because it adds motivating responsibility to work. Benchmarking is different because it compares performance with best practices, and equity theory is different because it concerns perceived fairness. Question 27. How should a manager classify a situation where a leader gives capable experts broad freedom and little direct supervision at a new startup for the Clearwater unit? Option A, autocratic leadership. Option B, laissez-faire leadership. Option C, bureaucratic leadership. Option D, transactional leadership. The correct answer is option B, laissez-faire leadership. Laissez-faire leadership fits because laissez-faire leadership minimizes leader control and allows follower autonomy. Autocratic leadership is different because it is directive and centralized. Bureaucratic leadership is different because it follows rules closely, and transactional leadership is different because it emphasizes rewards and corrections. Question 28. When a supervisor paraphrases an employee's concern before responding at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, active listening. Option B, filtering. Option C, noise. Option D, downward control. The correct answer is option A, active listening. Active listening fits because active listening checks understanding and shows attention to the speaker. Filtering is different because it distorts information before it reaches the receiver. Noise is different because it interferes with communication, and downward control is different because it is not a standard communication concept. Question 29. After executives choose broad long-term goals for the whole organization inside a project team for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, strategic planning. Option B, operational planning. Option C, work scheduling. Option D, performance appraisal. The correct answer is option A, strategic planning. Strategic planning fits because strategic planning sets organization-wide direction over a longer time horizon. Operational planning is different because it focuses on short-term day-to-day activities. Work scheduling is different because it assigns timing to tasks, and performance appraisal is different because it evaluates employee results. Question 30. If a department reaches the goal that customers actually value inside a training program for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, efficiency. Option B, effectiveness. Option C, specialization. Option D, filtering. The correct answer is option B, effectiveness. Effectiveness fits because effectiveness means achieving intended goals and doing the right things. Efficiency is different because it focuses on resource use. Specialization is different because it divides work into narrow tasks, and filtering is different because it distorts messages. Question 31. To analyze a case where frontline employees send suggestions and problems to senior managers during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, downward communication. Option B, horizontal communication. Option C, external communication. Option D, upward communication. The correct answer is option D, upward communication. Upward communication fits because upward communication flows from lower levels to higher levels. Downward communication is different because it flows from managers to employees, horizontal communication is different because it flows across peers, and external communication is different because it crosses organizational boundaries. Question 32. For an exam item where a firm discovers its outdated software is hurting productivity within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, strength. Option B, weakness. Option C, opportunity. Option D, threat. The correct answer is option B, weakness. Weakness fits because a weakness is an internal limitation that can reduce performance. Strength is different because it is an internal advantage, opportunity is different because it comes from a favorable external condition, and threat is different because it comes from an unfavorable external condition. Question 33. In a workplace example where HR studies the tasks, duties, and requirements of a position inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, job enrichment. Option B, recruitment. Option C, collective bargaining. Option D, job analysis. The correct answer is option D, job analysis. Job analysis fits because job analysis collects information about what a job involves and what worker qualities it requires. Job enrichment is different because it redesigns work for motivation, recruitment is different because it attracts applicants, and collective bargaining is different because it negotiates labor agreements. Question 34. Before choosing an answer about a new competitor enters the market with lower prices in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, threat. Option B, strength. Option C, opportunity. Option D, procedure. The correct answer is option A, threat. Threat fits because a threat is an external condition that can harm performance. Strength is different because it is an internal advantage, opportunity is different because it is an external positive condition, and procedure is different because it is a sequence of steps. Question 35. One manager notices that a team ignores warning signs because members want agreement more than realistic evaluation at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, constructive conflict. Option B, benchmarking. Option C, groupthink. Option D, equity theory. The correct answer is option C, groupthink. Groupthink fits because groupthink occurs when pressure for harmony weakens critical thinking. Constructive conflict is different because it encourages useful disagreement, benchmarking is different because it compares with best practices, and equity theory is different because it focuses on perceived fairness. Question 36. Could a case where an HR specialist advises managers about hiring rules without running their departments in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, line authority. Option B, staff authority. Option C, centralization. Option D, concurrent control. The correct answer is option B, staff authority. Staff authority fits because staff authority supports line managers with specialized advice. Line authority is different because it directly commands core work, centralization is different because it concerns where decisions are made, and concurrent control is different because it monitors work in progress. Question 37. Why would a scenario where an organization designs pay rates, incentives, and salary ranges at a new startup for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, benefits. Option B, compensation. Option C, recruitment. Option D, quality control. The correct answer is option B, compensation. Compensation fits because compensation covers financial rewards given for employee work. Benefits is different because they are indirect rewards such as insurance or leave. Recruitment is different because it attracts applicants, and quality control is different because it checks output against standards. Question 38. Where does a company reinforces a new process until it becomes the normal way to work at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, unfreezing. Option B, refreezing. Option C, storming. Option D, forecasting. The correct answer is option B, refreezing. Refreezing fits because refreezing stabilizes a change so the new behavior lasts. Unfreezing is different because it prepares people for change, storming is different because it is a team development stage, and forecasting is different because it estimates future conditions. Question 39. Should a student connect managers recognize that social needs and group norms affect productivity inside a project team for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, scientific management. Option B, human relations approach. Option C, classical bureaucracy. Option D, PERT. The correct answer is option B, human relations approach. Human relations approach fits because the human relations approach emphasizes people, morale, and social factors at work. Scientific management is different because it emphasizes efficient task methods. Classical bureaucracy is different because it emphasizes formal rules and hierarchy, and PERT is different because it schedules project activities. Question 40. Which concept is shown when team members write ideas silently, discuss them, and rank the options inside a training program for the Clearwater unit? Option A, brainstorming. Option B, grapevine. Option C, job analysis. Option D, nominal group technique. The correct answer is option D, nominal group technique. Nominal group technique fits because the nominal group technique reduces dominance by collecting individual ideas before voting. Brainstorming is different because it usually encourages open idea generation. Grapevine is different because it is informal communication, and job analysis is different because it studies work duties. Question 41. A leader inspires employees with a vision for major change during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, transactional leadership. Option B, transformational leadership. Option C, scientific management. Option D, budgetary control. The correct answer is option B, transformational leadership. Transformational leadership fits because transformational leadership motivates people through vision, meaning, and change. Transactional leadership is different because it focuses on exchanges and rewards. Scientific management is different because it focuses on task efficiency, and budgetary control is different because it monitors financial results. Question 42. During a management case, a manager postpones addressing a conflict and hopes it disappears within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, forcing. Option B, avoidance. Option C, collaboration. Option D, mediation. The correct answer is option B, avoidance. Avoidance fits because avoidance delays or withdraws from conflict rather than solving it directly. Forcing is different because it uses authority to impose a solution. Collaboration is different because it openly works through both sides' concerns, and mediation is different because it uses a neutral facilitator. Question 43. How should a manager classify a situation where a supervisor is responsible for 12 direct reports inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit? Option A, chain of command. Option B, unity of direction. Option C, span of control. Option D, job specification. The correct answer is option C, span of control. Span of control fits because span of control is the number of employees reporting directly to a manager. Chain of command is different because it shows reporting lines rather than number of reports. Unity of direction is different because it aligns activities under one plan, and job specification is different because it lists qualifications. Question 44. When a manager receives so much data that the important signal is hard to identify in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, feedback. Option B, information overload. Option C, benchmarking. Option D, budgeting. The correct answer is option B, information overload. Information overload fits because information overload occurs when too much information reduces decision quality. Feedback is different because it is response information and communication. Benchmarking is different because it compares with leaders, and budgeting is different because it plans financial resources. Question 45. After a manager must explain why a project missed its target at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, authority. Option B, accountability. Option C, delegation. Option D, recruitment. The correct answer is option B, accountability. Accountability fits because accountability means being answerable for results. Authority is different because it is decision-making power. Delegation is different because it transfers work and authority to another person, and recruitment is different because it attracts job applicants. Question 46. If a project display shows tasks as bars across a timeline in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, organization chart. Option B, Gantt chart. Option C, SWOT table. Option D, balance sheet. The correct answer is option B, Gantt chart. Gantt chart fits because a Gantt chart visually schedules project activities over time. Organization chart is different because it shows reporting relationships. SWOT table is different because it summarizes strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and balance sheet is different because it reports assets, liabilities, and equity. Question 47. To analyze a case where a supervisor corrects a process while employees are doing the work at a new startup for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, feed-forward control. Option B, feedback control. Option C, concurrent control. Option D, strategic planning. The correct answer is option C, concurrent control. Concurrent control fits because concurrent control monitors activity in real time. Feed-forward control is different because it happens before work begins. Feedback control is different because it happens after work is complete, and strategic planning is different because it sets long-term direction. Question 48. For an exam item where a team produces the same output using fewer resources at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, efficiency. Option B, effectiveness. Option C, equity. Option D, authority. The correct answer is option A, efficiency. Efficiency fits because efficiency means using resources wisely with minimal waste. Effectiveness is different because it means achieving the right goals. Equity is different because it concerns fairness, and authority is different because it is the right to make decisions. Question 49. In a workplace example where a production manager directly supervises employees who make the company's product inside a project team for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, staff authority. Option B, informal authority. Option C, mediation. Option D, line authority. The correct answer is option D, line authority. Line authority fits because line authority is direct authority over core work activities. Staff authority is different because it provides advice and support. Informal authority is different because it comes from relationships rather than formal position, and mediation is different because it helps parties settle a dispute. Question 50. Before choosing an answer about a manager sends instructions and performance expectations to employees inside a training program for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, upward communication. Option B, downward communication. Option C, horizontal communication. Option D, grapevine. The correct answer is option B, downward communication. Downward communication fits because downward communication flows from higher levels to lower levels. Upward communication is different because it moves from employees to managers. Horizontal communication is different because it moves among peers, and grapevine is different because it is informal and unofficial. Question 51. One manager notices that an engineer reports to both a functional manager and a project manager during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, functional structure. Option B, matrix structure. Option C, centralization. Option D, job analysis. The correct answer is option B, matrix structure. Matrix structure fits because a matrix structure combines functional and project authority, creating dual reporting. Functional structure is different because it usually has one functional chain. Centralization is different because it refers to where decisions are made, and job analysis is different because it studies the content of a job. Question 52. Could a case where employees in marketing and operations coordinate work at the same level within a nonprofit organization for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, horizontal communication. Option B, downward communication. Option C, upward communication. Option D, chain of command. The correct answer is option A, horizontal communication. Horizontal communication fits because horizontal communication occurs among people or units at similar levels. Downward communication is different because it flows down the hierarchy. Upward communication is different because it flows up the hierarchy, and chain of command is different because it shows formal authority lines. Question 53. Why would a scenario where a team member keeps discussion focused on goals, facts, and deadlines inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, maintenance role. Option B, blocking role. Option C, informal authority. Option D, task role. The correct answer is option D, task role. Task role fits because task roles help the group accomplish its work. Maintenance role is different because it supports relationships and morale. Blocking role is different because it disrupts group progress, and informal authority is different because it comes from influence rather than position. Question 54. Where does managers study broad principles such as unity of command and division of work in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, scientific management. Option B, administrative management. Option C, quantitative management. Option D, e-business. The correct answer is option B, administrative management. Administrative management fits because administrative management focuses on general principles for managing organizations. Scientific management is different because it focuses more on individual task efficiency. Quantitative management is different because it applies mathematical models, and e-business is different because it uses digital technology for business processes. Question 55. Should a student connect managers oversee the process that turns materials, labor, and information into goods or services at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, Operations Management. Option B, Human Resource Management. Option C, Strategic Alliance. Option D, Equity Theory. The correct answer is Option A, Operations Management. Operations management fits because operations management focuses on transforming inputs into valuable outputs. Human resource management is different because it focuses on people systems. Strategic alliance is different because it is cooperation between organizations, and equity theory is different because it explains fairness perceptions. Question 56. Which concept is shown when leaders explain why old habits must change before introducing a new system in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit? Option A, refreezing. Option B, controlling. Option C, recruiting. Option D, unfreezing. The correct answer is Option D, unfreezing. Unfreezing fits because unfreezing prepares people to let go of current behaviors and accept change. Refreezing is different because it stabilizes the new behavior. Controlling is different because it measures performance against standards, and recruiting is different because it attracts applicants. Question 57. A leader makes decisions alone and expects quick compliance at a new startup for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, autocratic leadership. Option B, democratic leadership. Option C, laissez-faire leadership. Option D, servant leadership. The correct answer is Option A, autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership fits because autocratic leadership centralizes authority in the leader. Democratic leadership is different because it invites participation. Laissez-faire leadership is different because it gives followers wide freedom, and servant leadership is different because it emphasizes serving followers' needs. Question 58. During a management case, a manager focuses attention only on major deviations from standards at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, micromanagement. Option B, management by exception. Option C, laissez-faire leadership. Option D, job enlargement. The correct answer is Option B, management by exception. Management by exception fits because management by exception saves attention for significant performance gaps. Micromanagement is different because it closely controls small details. Laissez-faire leadership is different because it gives broad freedom, and job enlargement is different because it adds similar tasks. Question 59. How should a manager classify a situation where managers estimate how much output a facility must be able to produce inside a project team for the Clearwater unit? Option A, job evaluation. Option B, capacity planning. Option C, mediation. Option D, grapevine. The correct answer is Option B, capacity planning. Capacity planning fits because capacity planning determines the production ability needed to meet demand. Job evaluation is different because it helps determine pay value. Mediation is different because it supports dispute resolution, and grapevine is different because it is informal communication. Question 60. When employees generate original ideas for solving a customer problem inside a training program for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, creativity. Option B, control. Option C, recruitment. Option D, bureaucracy. The correct answer is Option A, creativity. Creativity fits because creativity is the production of novel and useful ideas. Control is different because it measures results against standards. Recruitment is different because it attracts applicants, and bureaucracy is different because it emphasizes rules and hierarchy. Question 61. After managers inspect inputs before production begins during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, feed-forward control. Option B, concurrent control. Option C, feedback control. Option D, clan control. The correct answer is Option A, feed-forward control. Feed-forward control fits because feed-forward control prevents problems by checking resources or plans before work starts. Concurrent control is different because it monitors work while it occurs. Feedback control is different because it evaluates completed results, and clan control is different because it relies on shared values. Question 62. If a manager assigns a task and grants enough authority to complete it within a nonprofit organization for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, centralization. Option B, delegation. Option C, job rotation. Option D, arbitration. The correct answer is option B, delegation. Delegation fits because delegation transfers responsibility for work along with the authority needed to do it. Centralization is different because it keeps authority near the top, job rotation is different because it moves employees among jobs, and arbitration is different because it uses a third party to make a binding dispute decision. Question 63. To analyze a case where workers plan, schedule, monitor, and control much of their own work inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, traditional team. Option B, virtual organization. Option C, self-managed team. Option D, quality circle. The correct answer is option C, self-managed team. Self-managed team fits because self-managed teams have authority over many administrative and work process decisions. Traditional team is different because it relies more on a supervisor for direction. Virtual organization is different because it uses networks and technology across locations, and quality circle is different because it usually recommends improvements rather than manages all work. Question 64. For an exam item where someone starts a new venture by taking risk to pursue an opportunity in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, entrepreneurship. Option B, bureaucracy. Option C, performance appraisal. Option D, feed-forward control. The correct answer is option A, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship fits because entrepreneurship involves creating a venture, taking risk, and seeking opportunity. Bureaucracy is different because it emphasizes formal rules, performance appraisal is different because it evaluates employees, and feed-forward control is different because it checks inputs before action. Question 65. In a workplace example where a manager studies how changes in one department affect suppliers, employees, and customers at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, systems theory. Option B, scientific management. Option C, job specification. Option D, downward communication. The correct answer is option A, systems theory. Systems theory fits because systems theory views the organization as interdependent parts within a larger environment. Scientific management is different because it focuses on efficient task design, job specification is different because it lists worker qualifications, and downward communication is different because it describes message direction. Question 66. Before choosing an answer about leaders, explain the organization's basic purpose and reason for existing in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, procedure. Option B, mission statement. Option C, variance report. Option D, job specification. The correct answer is option B, mission statement. Mission statement fits because a mission statement states what the organization does and why it exists. Procedure is different because it gives step-by-step instructions. Variance report is different because it compares actual results with standards, and job specification is different because it lists qualifications for a job. Question 67. One manager notices that a department head groups jobs, assigns authority, and allocates resources at a new startup for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, planning. Option B, organizing. Option C, leading. Option D, controlling. The correct answer is option B, organizing. Organizing fits because organizing creates the structure needed to carry out a plan. Planning is different because it chooses goals before the structure is built. Leading is different because it motivates people rather than designs jobs. And controlling is different because it checks performance after standards exist. Question 68. Could a case where a neutral third party hears a dispute and makes a binding decision at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, arbitration. Option B, mediation. Option C, brainstorming. Option D, job rotation. The correct answer is option A, arbitration. Arbitration fits because arbitration gives the third party authority to decide the outcome. Mediation is different because it helps parties negotiate without imposing a decision. Brainstorming is different because it generates ideas, and job rotation is different because it moves employees among jobs. Question 69. Why would a scenario where managers estimate future sales before setting staffing levels inside a project team for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, delegation. Option B, job enrichment. Option C, forecasting. Option D, mediation. The correct answer is option C, forecasting. Forecasting fits because forecasting predicts future conditions so managers can plan more intelligently. Delegation is different because it assigns responsibility and authority. Job enrichment is different because it adds motivating responsibility to a job, and mediation is different because it uses a neutral party to guide dispute resolution. Question 70. Where does experts give anonymous opinions through several rounds of questionnaires inside a training program for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, town hall meeting. Option B, functional structure. Option C, Delphi technique. Option D, concurrent control. The correct answer is option C, Delphi technique. Delphi technique fits because the Delphi technique gathers expert judgment while reducing direct social pressure. Town hall meeting is different because it is open discussion rather than anonymous expert rounds. Functional structure is different because it groups similar activities, and concurrent control is different because it monitors current work. Question 71. Should a student connect? A leader asks employees for input before making an important decision during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, autocratic leadership. Option B, democratic leadership. Option C, laissez-faire leadership. Option D, transactional leadership. The correct answer is option B, democratic leadership. Democratic leadership fits because democratic leadership involves participation and shared input. Autocratic leadership is different because it relies on leader-centered decision-making. Laissez-faire leadership is different because it provides minimal direction, and transactional leadership is different because it emphasizes exchanges of rewards for performance. Question 72. Which concept is shown when managers compare internal strengths and weaknesses with external opportunities and threats within a nonprofit organization for the Clearwater unit? Option A, PERT analysis. Option B, performance appraisal. Option C, collective bargaining. Option D, SWOT analysis. The correct answer is option D, SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis fits because SWOT analysis organizes internal and external factors for strategic planning. PERT analysis is different because it schedules complex project activities. Performance appraisal is different because it evaluates an employee's work, and collective bargaining is different because it negotiates labor agreements. Question 73. A leader recognizes frustration in a team and responds calmly inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, technical skill. Option B, benchmarking. Option C, span of control. Option D, emotional intelligence. The correct answer is option D, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence fits because emotional intelligence involves understanding and managing emotions in oneself and others. Technical skill is different because it concerns specialized job knowledge. Benchmarking is different because it compares practices with leaders, and span of control is different because it counts direct reports. Question 74. During a management case, employees worry a new system will reduce their status or job security in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, empowerment. Option B, benchmarking. Option C, orientation. Option D, resistance to change. The correct answer is option D, resistance to change. Resistance to change fits because resistance to change often comes from fear, uncertainty, or perceived loss. Empowerment is different because it gives people more discretion. Benchmarking is different because it compares against best practices. And orientation is different because it introduces employees to the organization. Question 75. How should a manager classify a situation where a leader rewards employees for meeting agreed performance targets at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit? Option A, transformational leadership. Option B, transactional leadership. Option C, servant leadership. Option D, situational leadership. The correct answer is option B, transactional leadership. Transactional leadership fits because transactional leadership uses exchanges, rewards, and corrective actions. Transformational leadership is different because it inspires commitment to change. Servant leadership is different because it emphasizes serving followers, and situational leadership is different because it adapts style to readiness. Question 76. When a company creates separate units for consumer products, business products, and services in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, divisional structure. Option B, functional structure. Option C, simple structure. Option D, staff authority. The correct answer is option A, divisional structure. Divisional structure fits because a divisional structure groups work around products, customers, or regions. Functional structure is different because it groups by specialized activities. Simple structure is different because it has little formalization and few departments, and staff authority is different because it gives advice rather than a full divisional design. Question 77. After inspectors compare finished products with established specifications at a new startup for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, recruitment. Option B, quality control. Option C, delegation. Option D, vision. The correct answer is option B, quality control. Quality control fits because quality control checks outputs against standards to identify defects or variation. Recruitment is different because it attracts applicants. Delegation is different because it assigns responsibility and authority, and vision is different because it describes a desired future. Question 78. If a manager sets objectives and chooses actions before work begins at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, planning. Option B, organizing. Option C, leading. Option D, controlling. The correct answer is option A, planning. Planning fits because planning is the function that defines goals and decides how to reach them. Organizing is different because it arranges resources after goals are set. Leading is different because it influences people to work toward goals, and controlling is different because it measures results against standards. Question 79. To analyze a case where workers are told that safety goggles must be worn in the lab inside a project team for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, policy. Option B, strategy. Option C, empowerment. Option D, rule. The correct answer is option D, rule. Rule fits because a rule states exactly what must or must not be done. Policy is different because it offers broad guidance rather than a specific command. Strategy is different because it sets broad direction, and empowerment is different because it gives employees more decision authority. Question 80. For an exam item where a manager has the formal right to make decisions and direct work inside a training program for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, responsibility. Option B, accountability. Option C, authority. Option D, motivation. The correct answer is option C, authority. Authority fits because authority is the legitimate right to command resources and give orders. Responsibility is different because it is the duty to perform assigned work. Accountability is different because it is being answerable for results, and motivation is different because it is the drive to act. Question 81. In a workplace example where employees work harder when they believe effort leads to performance and performance leads to valued rewards during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, expectancy theory. Option B, equity theory. Option C, reinforcement theory. Option D, bureaucracy. The correct answer is option A, expectancy theory. Expectancy theory fits because expectancy theory connects effort, performance, and outcomes. Equity theory is different because it centers on fairness comparisons. Reinforcement theory is different because it focuses on consequences after behavior, and bureaucracy is different because it emphasizes rules and hierarchy. Question 82. Before choosing an answer about executives respond to a crisis the company has never faced before within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, non-program decision. Option B, program decision. Option C, procedure. Option D, standing plan. The correct answer is option A, non-program decision. Non-program decision fits because non-program decisions are novel, complex, and not solved by routine rules. Program decision is different because it handles repeated problems. Procedure is different because it gives routine steps, and standing plan is different because it guides recurring situations. Question 83. One manager notices that managers set expected revenues and spending limits for a department inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, organization chart. Option B, job description. Option C, budget. Option D, grapevine. The correct answer is option C, budget. Budget fits because a budget is a financial plan that helps allocate and control resources. Organization chart is different because it shows formal reporting relationships. Job description is different because it lists position duties, and grapevine is different because it is informal communication. Question 84. Could a case where an organization relies on written rules, hierarchy, specialization, and formal procedures in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, adhocracy. Option B, bureaucracy. Option C, grapevine. Option D, job enrichment. The correct answer is option B, bureaucracy. Bureaucracy fits because bureaucracy is a formal structure built around rules, hierarchy, and defined roles. Adhocracy is different because it is flexible and innovation-oriented. Grapevine is different because it is informal communication, and job enrichment is different because it redesigns work for motivation. Question 85. Why would a scenario where employees share unwritten values about how work should be done at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit most likely test which idea? Option A, organization chart. Option B, budget. Option C, job specification. Option D, organizational culture. The correct answer is option D, organizational culture. Organizational culture fits because organizational culture is the shared values, beliefs, and assumptions of members. Organization chart is different because it shows formal structure, budget is different because it allocates money, and job specification is different because it lists required qualifications. Question 86. Where does everyone in the organization works continuously to improve quality and satisfy customers in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit fit best in management terminology? Option A, scientific management. Option B, centralization. Option C, collective bargaining. Option D, total quality management. The correct answer is option D, total quality management. Total quality management fits because TQM emphasizes continuous improvement, customer focus, and employee involvement. Scientific management is different because it emphasizes task efficiency, centralization is different because it concentrates decisions at the top, and collective bargaining is different because it negotiates labor terms. Question 87. Should a student connect a theorist emphasizes hierarchy, formal rules, and impersonal treatment at a new startup for the Clearwater unit with which management concept? Option A, bureaucratic management. Option B, human relations management. Option C, transformational leadership. Option D, JIT inventory. The correct answer is option A, bureaucratic management. Bureaucratic management fits because bureaucratic management explains organizations through formal authority, rules, and specialization. Human relations management is different because it emphasizes social and psychological factors. Transformational leadership is different because it inspires change through vision, and JIT inventory is different because it reduces inventory holding. Question 88. Which concept is shown when a leader focuses first on helping followers grow and succeed at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit? Option A, autocratic leadership. Option B, transactional leadership. Option C, servant leadership. Option D, scientific management. The correct answer is option C, servant leadership. Servant leadership fits because servant leadership prioritizes follower development, service, and trust. Autocratic leadership is different because it emphasizes command by the leader. Transactional leadership is different because it emphasizes performance exchanges, and scientific management is different because it emphasizes efficient work methods. Question 89. A manager uses formal authority to impose a conflict decision quickly inside a project team for the Clearwater unit. Which term best matches the situation? Option A, accommodation. Option B, forcing. Option C, collaboration. Option D, compromise. The correct answer is option B, forcing. Forcing fits because forcing is a win-lose style that relies on power or authority. Accommodation is different because it gives in to preserve harmony. Collaboration is different because it seeks mutual gains, and compromise is different because it splits concessions between sides. Question 90. During a management case, a manager compares actual spending with the budgeted amount and investigates the difference inside a training program for the Clearwater unit. Which idea is most relevant? Option A, job analysis. Option B, variance analysis. Option C, brainstorming. Option D, organization chart. The correct answer is option B, variance analysis. Variance analysis fits because variance analysis identifies gaps between planned and actual results. Job analysis is different because it studies job content, brainstorming is different because it generates ideas, and organization chart is different because it shows reporting lines. Question 91. How should a manager classify a situation where a plant measures output produced per labor hour during a manufacturing expansion for the Clearwater unit? Option A, profit margin. Option B, span of control. Option C, job enrichment. Option D, productivity. The correct answer is option D, productivity. Productivity fits because productivity compares outputs with the inputs used to produce them. Profit margin is different because it compares profit with sales. Span of control is different because it counts direct reports, and job enrichment is different because it adds motivators to work. Question 92. When a company compares its process with industry leaders to find improvement targets within a non-profit organization for the Clearwater unit, which concept is being applied? Option A, forecasting. Option B, benchmarking. Option C, orientation. Option D, mediation. The correct answer is option B, benchmarking. Benchmarking fits because benchmarking studies best practices to improve performance. Forecasting is different because it estimates future conditions, orientation is different because it introduces new employees, and mediation is different because it guides conflict resolution. Question 93. After managers review customer satisfaction results after service has been delivered inside a regional branch for the Clearwater unit, which label best fits the action? Option A, feed-forward control. Option B, concurrent control. Option C, recruitment. Option D, feedback control. The correct answer is option D, feedback control. Feedback control fits because feedback control uses completed results to improve future performance. Feed-forward control is different because it checks inputs before action, concurrent control is different because it monitors work as it happens, and recruitment is different because it attracts job applicants. Question 94. If a manager chooses a satisfactory solution because time and information are limited in a customer service center for the Clearwater unit, which choice gives the strongest management explanation? Option A, perfect rationality. Option B, bounded rationality. Option C, brainstorming. Option D, management by exception. The correct answer is option B, bounded rationality. Bounded rationality fits because bounded rationality recognizes that managers cannot always make perfectly rational decisions. Perfect rationality is different because it assumes complete information and unlimited analysis. Brainstorming is different because it generates many ideas, and management by exception is different because it focuses attention on major deviations. Question 95. To analyze a case where a new customer segment appears in the market at a family-owned business for the Clearwater unit, which term should be selected? Option A, weakness. Option B, strength. Option C, policy. Option D, opportunity. The correct answer is option D, opportunity. Opportunity fits because an opportunity is an external condition the organization can use to improve results. Weakness is different because it is inside the organization, strength is different because it is an internal advantage, and policy is different because it is a general decision guideline. Question 96. For an exam item where frontline supervisors plan specific daily activities and work routines in a multinational company for the Clearwater unit, which answer is most accurate? Option A, strategic planning. Option B, organization development. Option C, operational planning. Option D, benchmarking. The correct answer is option C, operational planning. Operational planning fits because operational planning deals with short-range tasks, procedures, and schedules. Strategic planning is different because it covers broad long-term direction. Organization development is different because it focuses on planned organizational change, and benchmarking is different because it compares practices with leading performers. Question 97. In a workplace example where a diagram shows formal positions and reporting relationships at a new startup for the Clearwater unit, which concept is tested? Option A, balance sheet. Option B, SWOT table. Option C, training plan. Option D, organization chart. The correct answer is option D, organization chart. Organization chart fits because an organization chart visually displays formal authority and reporting lines. Balance sheet is different because it reports financial position. SWOT table is different because it summarizes strategic factors, and training plan is different because it develops employee skills. Question 98. Before choosing an answer about employees move among different positions to learn broader skills at a warehouse facility for the Clearwater unit, which concept should stand out? Option A, job enlargement. Option B, job enrichment. Option C, specialization. Option D, job rotation. The correct answer is option D, job rotation. Job rotation fits because job rotation shifts employees through different jobs to build variety and experience. Job enlargement is different because it adds similar tasks to one job. Job enrichment is different because it increases responsibility and meaning, and specialization is different because it narrows work into specific tasks. Question 99. One manager notices that two departments search for a solution that fully addresses both sides' concerns inside a project team for the Clearwater unit. Which management idea is involved? Option A, avoidance. Option B, forcing. Option C, collaboration. Option D, compromise. The correct answer is option C, collaboration. Collaboration fits because collaboration tries to create a win-win outcome by addressing underlying interests. Avoidance is different because it postpones or ignores the conflict. Forcing is different because it uses power to win at the other's expense, and compromise is different because it requires each side to give up something. Question 100. Could a case where a manager defines a problem, lists alternatives, evaluates them, and selects a solution inside a training program for the Clearwater unit best point to which concept? Option A, grapevine. Option B, equity theory. Option C, rational decision-making model. Option D, laissez-faire leadership. The correct answer is option C, rational decision-making model. Rational decision-making model fits because the rational model uses a logical sequence to choose among alternatives. Grapevine is different because it is informal communication. Equity theory is different because it explains motivation through fairness, and laissez-faire leadership is different because it gives followers broad freedom.